he's Space Voldemort, so you don't have to worry about that.
Don't ever make that fucking comparison again.
Now I know why you want to hate me. It's Entertournament of Champions podcast. Here we are. We're back with a topic I cannot wait to dive into. It's going to be Limp Bizkit intros for the rest of the podcast. I swear to God. The life of the podcast. The topic that we're going to be talking about today is movie villains, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I have joining me we're both via Skype, all of us, because the rain is relentless here in Dallas-ish. That's what we're known as nowadays. So I'm Jeff over here, the guy who tries to steer the ship underwater most of the time. And I'm joined via Skype by Kyle.
Hi.
Oh, that was Kyle. And here's JD.
Hello.
All right. See, everybody, doesn't JD sound clearer over Skype? It's crazy.
That's weird.
It's bizarre.
I guess my voice just doesn't project unless the microphone is a centimeter away from my mouth. So, God damn it.
Literally need it right up on your. You need to be.
So it's going to be a really awkward recording session the next time I come over because I'm gonna mouth blast your mic.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be like, tell me about that one.
I want to hear you like smacking and breathing.
This next villain. So this is what we do in the podcast for those that haven't listened before. Like I said, the topic is movie villains. So we're gonna we three are gonna reveal our individual top 10 movie villains, and at the end of the episode, we put them all in a little cute little bracket, a 16-seated bracket, and in the next episode, they're all gonna fight it out. We're going to find out who's the best movie villain ever, and this is going to be one of the more fun brackets that we've ever done. I think probably the most fun, because you could talk in terms of physical prowess if you wanted to.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was none of that before in any of our topics, so I'm really excited about this one.
This is going to be a really interesting one. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. JD started last time.
Okay.
I think.
Sure.
So,
let's go with that.
No, we don't have to do that again. And Kyle went last. Kyle, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I feel like I haven't gone first in a while, so that sounds right.
You haven't.
Feels right.
That is correct. Okay, cool.
You know what? I'm not making any big surprises with my number 10.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I am. I don't know. We'll see. Mine's Tony Montana from Scarface. You get a whole... Yeah, you do. He has a whole bad guy speech, you know? Like, take a look at the bad guy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not quintessential bad. He's got his own morality system, you know? Doesn't kill women, doesn't kill children and stuff like that. But that's what kind of makes him interesting to me. You know, he's complex. He's got a lot more going on to him than just like, you know, being evil. You know, he's got an agenda and stuff like that. He just has to get his hands dirty to get there. And I don't know. It may have started our kind of romanticisms with bad guys. You know,
certainly gangsters. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I think he holds a lot of weight in the bad guy talk. So I had to have him on here for number 10.
That's a really solid one too. A protagonist. I love it when they're both. I don't know. They dabble in both worlds of being the hero and the villain.
Me too.
Yeah.
I actually left one off that I'm very, very fond of. Damn it, I'm so bummed I left him off. But he was like so much the hero by the end of the movie that it was like I couldn't justify him being in my 10 anymore.
Sure.
Big bummer. But I'm glad we got at least one like that. Tony Montana. That's a solid one. JD, I'll go last. I haven't gone last in a long time. JD, what's your number 10?
Man, I don't know if y'all are gonna like me or hate me for this. I think you're probably gonna hate me. I put Loki there.
Okay.
I wanted at least one villain that was semi likable, I guess. I have a couple more, maybe have the charm aspect to him, but and I genuinely like Loki's character, and he's not always a villain, but it's kind of a breath of fresh air for the Marvel universe for me to have a villain like that. So they can go both ways in any film depending on what the situation is. So I had to squeeze him in there. So there you go.
I like that pick. I'm not gonna.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good pick, I think, because there's not a lot of good Marvel villains, and he's definitely one that people should be
He's
modeling after, you know? Like, so.
Until Thanos hopefully blows our fucking minds out of the water. So, which I don't know if that's going to happen or not. There's going to be a lot of other things going on.
Yeah,
it's just going to be there.
The whole movie's going to be setting him up, I feel like.
That's so true.
Just to kill him off at the end or whatever. Yeah, we're like, we're done with him now. What?
Give him the typical Marvel treatment, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny though. Loki's a great pick because every Marvel movie we're almost like, I wish it was Loki as the villain. It's almost like every time.
And that says something if we're always pining for that character.
For sure.
And it's, absolutely, there's something to like there for sure.
Yeah. So my number 10, and this is the one I kind of already dropped this hint off mic to you guys, but my number 10 is from a comedy. This is my only comedic villain, and it's Biff Tannen from the
nice.
Back to the Future trilogy.
Choice. It's a solid choice.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's just the quintessential villain, and it's like a caricature of a villain.
Yeah, but we've all had a Biff in our life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's really easy to like, to just be like, yeah, fuck that guy.
Exactly. Who's literally just a dick his whole life because his family. I mean, they kind of alluded to it, where like his family life is just not. I mean, he's just raised in a hostile household, so he just obviously perpetuates that the rest of his life, and in throughout his life, he's an asshole. So it's perfect, even when he's. Well, I mean, it is kind of shitty to have the bully suddenly like be your maid or whatever you want to call him, because he's helping as an old man. He's helping the McFly family. So I was literally blanking on the name.
The main character,
that dude.
Literally blanking on the name. But he's like the dude that honestly, like I picture in my head when I think of the word villain. So I had to make room for him here, even though I like cut. I mean, I cut a Nazi from this list, guys. Like, I mean,
so did I. I did too. He was my number 10. We're talking about the same Nazi, I bet.
I don't know. There's a couple from movie history. So there was one that I cut that I was like, oh man, he's done some like devastating things on screen, and I was like, Biff Tannen though, like Biff Tannen. He's in all three movies, even in the Western. He's an asshole, like his old ancestors or whatever. Man, he's just a great opposition for Michael J. Fox every single time, and they have such great. He's the great. I don't want to make analogies. He's the great Joker to the Batman, because we're going to talk about the Joker later, I assume. So it's kind of weird to make analogies with villains we're going to talk about later. But he really is. He's that for McFly completely. So Kyle, what's your number 9, man?
Oh man, my number 9. I don't know what y'all are gonna feel about this one, but it's Norman Stansfield from Leon the Professional. It's Gary Oldman's character.
Oh, nice.
Really, really good bad guy. Doesn't mind killing kids. In fact, does.
He does.
Kills the whole family at the very beginning. He's just like, he's a crooked cop, man. And then you figure out later he's a cop. You're like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what's wrong with this guy? So I really like that character. He's just he's a good bad guy, and you want Leon to kill him by the end of this movie. And that's what you want out of a bad guy. You want his face to be dead as fuck by the end of that movie, because that means he's doing his job. Like he's evoking the hatred out of you through the experience. So and I think he does that really well. And he plays so many good bad guys, so it's really hard to choose. From Gary Oldman, like he just does bad guys like all throughout the 90s, and I don't know, I thought this one was one of his better portrayals of being a villainous type.
He's a really great villain. I didn't even think of him, to be honest with you. But that's nice. Man, he's great. Oh man, Gary Oldman brings it hard there.
He does. He
hard.
Really does.
Makes you dislike him like so much.
Yeah,
he
earns it. That's what I like about bad guy. You have to earn it, and like he definitely earns it, and like you got to earn the hate, and I love that. I love that the character is able to evoke that type of stuff out of you.
Absolutely. So JD, you're Nueve?
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9. I think it might.
Sorry, the Beatles. Sorry.
This might be one of those aforementioned Nazis you guys were talking about previously taking on your list because you were scared or whatever. Talk about Nazis. I put Hans Landa at my number 9 because I recently rewatched Inglourious Bastards, and I absolutely love Christoph Waltz as an actor. But what he does for that character, that opening scene, you're just glued in the whole fucking time, and he doesn't really do anything to curb that intensity throughout the film. He had my attention the entire time.
Yeah.
So I had to squeeze him in there, man. He's a ruthless motherfucker.
Yeah.
From literally. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think he's a great choice. He was on my list for a long while, but he got bumped. Yeah, he's evil in every language. Like it's just in that movie. It's so amazing. And he like cements himself in that movie as like an actor that Hollywood wanted as their bad guy for the longest time. Right. And yeah, he kind of fucks it up as Blofeld or whatever. But like in this movie, he fucking nails it. He really brings it. So what a great choice.
Cool.
Yeah, the writer's inspector really failed Blofeld altogether.
It was their fault. No, yeah. It wasn't. It was not his fault. Yeah.
Man, but he had to. I mean, he had no choice but to phone it in because it was terrible. So I don't believe it's a false.
I would have too. Yeah, I would have too. Yeah.
So I guess I'm next. Oh boy. Okay, so I guess there's recency bias, but at the same time, I thought of this person. The more I thought of this person, the more I was like, God, this person. Oh man, really brings the worst out of yourself. And taps into your worst fears. And that's what a villain is. So my number 9 is the lone female. It's Nurse Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
That's good. That's
good. She is fucking evil.
Yeah.
But it's like passive-aggressive evil, which is almost worse. Because she's not saying anything inherently loud or doing things necessarily. She's not actually like committing an act that's so heinous. It's just the things that she says that, I don't know, she plants these thoughts or ideas in your head that make you your own worst enemy, that make you your own villain or whatever. And that's worse. Like, she's a mind ninja? Fuck that. I mean, this dude, at the end, the guy who stutters, I can't remember his name, even though I just saw the movie. He's overcomes his stutter, unlike me, and she finds a way to reel him back in, so she feels like she's the one in control. But it's almost too far to a degree where he ends up killing himself. I mean, that's what villains do. They make the good guys harm themselves, right? Or do make bad, poor decisions. She gets choked the shit out of, but she still gets her job. You know what I mean? Like, she's still in the position of power ultimately, regardless of how whatever you call those people that are in the asylum or whatever. I don't know what you call those people, mental hospitals, whatever. But the people there may not have the same amount of respect for her because Jack Nicholson's character kind of like took that away from her when he abused her. It sounds wrong to have to kind of advocate for man-on-woman violence, but it's kind of like, this bitch. This bitch, though. She was literally the worst. Literally the worst. Anyway, maybe not, because there's, 1 through 8. But, so Kyle, what's your number 8?
That's a good pick. This is my last wild card, all right? It's Castor Troy from Face Off. That's right.
Ooh.
Nick Cage and John Travolta. They put in one of the loudest, turned up to 11 performances that either of them have ever put on, and I love that character so much. He's so quotable. He's like, "Oh, peach, I could eat a peach for hours," and it's just really gross when he's saying it to that girl. He shoots like John Travolta's kid, like, I know he was not trying to, but he's not too sorry about it or whatever. Right. And he's always out for himself. He's like, he's always trying. He's just looking out for himself. He only cared about like his brother mostly, but even after that, like it's all about number one. He was just kind of a louder in life bad guy, and I like that. It was just really cool, and seeing them portrayed by two different people, but you still see the echoes of the same character in both like portrayals. That was awesome. You know, so
man, Castor Troy is not a pick I would have ever thought of because I saw Face Off like maybe twice when it came out as a kid, and I haven't seen it since, and I really need to revisit it because, like you said, everybody talks about how their performances are always dialed up to 11, and I feel like it's because they're always one-upping each other. Like, they're like, oh you want to do that? Well, I'm going to do that.
It was a cock meashing contest of just like of charisma. I don't know what it was. It was great. Craziness. I don't know how well that movie stands up to the test of time if you don't have that, like, if you don't bring that love along with you through your life. So, like, if you do watch it, you'll have to let me know how it stands up. I'm
sure it'll be hilarious, to be honest.
It's John Woo. I mean, if you like Hard Boiled, like, this movie's just Hard Boiled in English. So
yeah, that's true. That's 100% true. JD, what is your? I don't know why I'm gonna go Spanish every time, but what's your numero ocho?
Oh well, my numero ocho is I'm going old school with this one. This is one of the movies I watched as a kid that I probably shouldn't have watched as a kid, like really 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 young. And so the bad guy had kind of I don't know, a little bit of a impact on me. The T-1000.
No
Terminator
way!
2. Yes,
we're synchronized,
right.
dude.
Oh, sweet!
Oh, get out of here!
Hell yeah, man, dude. I remember watching the movie like halfway through, and then my mom was like, "No, we're not going to do that." So my dad made an edited version of Terminator 2, and it was like 13 minutes long. That's how long the edited movie would be. But he left in the scene where Robert Patrick has the mom up against the wall with the knife arm.
Yeah,
and that image is stuck in my brain for all time. That's one of the coolest villains ever. And there's another one on my list that's kind of one of those, he just keeps coming and coming and coming, and you can't get rid of him. I'm sure you guys maybe have the same one later on down the road, but this one's iconic for me.
Yeah.
So very, very glad to get him in there, and glad we synced up, man. That's awesome.
So I can keep talking about him because it's the exact reason that you listed is why I put him in movie villains, even though his motivations aren't really like. Yeah, he's just a robot. You know what I mean? He was programmed to come after him, basically. So I mean, it's not that deep. But in terms of like the fact that he keeps coming fucking back, you can't get rid of the guy. He's always there. It's like it follows, but it runs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But it's it's the performance too. It's his stone face and his, like that guy's like, I don't know, crack a smile, man. Like he's a creepy dude, Like he works as a bad guy, and he always has worked as a bad guy. That actor.
Robert, man, he's great.
Yeah.
I remember him. He's always either the bad guy or like a deadbeat dad of the protagonist.
Yeah.
Or like, the drunk dad or whatever that you feel bad for. That's what he's pigeonholed into being now. Poor guy.
He was in Die Hard 2, if that tells you anything.
I haven't seen that in a long time on purpose.
Oh, yeah, well, that's not a bad call. The other ones maybe, but that one, not a bad call.
Yeah, 1 and 3 I've seen a lot. For sure. So, I don't really have anything else more to add on T-1000. He's going to be hard to physically beat, at least in the bracket.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh, do you got a puddle of lava? Because you're not going to,
Yeah, mine's going to be like, I have Tony Montana standing next to lava. Come at me, T-1000.
So, Kyle, where did you land with 7?
My number 7 is No Country for Old Men's Anton Chigurh.
Wow. Okay. All right. That's awesome.
Yeah. What a bad guy. We've talked about him a lot recently because we've been talking a lot of No Country for Old Men because of that 10-year anniversation. He's a force of nature, man. Talk about coming and coming and coming and won't stop coming. He's just like the T-1000. He won't stop, and it's awesome. He's just a good bad guy and stoic and delivers some really good lines and has those really creepy coin tossing scenes. He's I don't know. He's a great bad guy. I don't know. Maybe we'll be talking about him later. I don't want to put words in your mouths.
We might. I don't know.
I might. We'll see.
Yeah, I know JD hates the guy. He's not a fan.
I know. Yeah, I forget what company I'm
guy.
Sugar guy. Fuck that guy. So JD, what is your number 7?
All right. Appropriately, my number 7 is from the movie 7.
Nice.
Probably should have been maybe a little lower on the list, but I wanted to do the number thing just for the lulls.
Lower? Okay, we'll talk more about him.
That's cool. I think he's a total fascination of what it is to be a bad guy. Like he puts your fucking brain through the ringer and makes you question your own morality a little bit because what he's doing is extreme. But my
dog agrees by his shape.
Thanks, Gokes. I'm glad I can note that you're behind me from via the internet. That's fantastic. But no, man, this villain is just. I mean, what a plan! What a plan!
Yeah,
that's all I'm gonna. I mean, that's amazing to me.
Can I just say I am obscenely upset myself that he's not on my list.
Oh,
obscenely upset.
I was talking about earlier, Jeff, that I know I'm missing somebody. He was probably that somebody.
Oh yeah.
A little mad right now. So good work on that guy because
Sweet.
he would have disappeared into the night if someone didn't bring him up. I totally forgot about him.
He does have a very generic name, so it's understandable.
Yeah, right. John Doe.
So I guess I'm next, right? Does that mean I'm next? All right. So my number 7 is Jack Torrance from The Shining. I did manage to sneak in one Kubrick villain, at least one.
You got him on there. Oh, he almost made my list.
From frame one, this guy is an asshole. Like it's not even a question. And he just gets, it's the fact that he just gets more terrifying as the movie goes along. But yeah, he's like explaining, what was it, murder to his son or something in the car? Dead bodies and shit? I don't even remember. He's talking about his wife and kid as if they're a pain in the ass during the job interview. He's just not a good person when we meet him. And the cabin fever just exacerbates that, obviously. But
boy, I tell you.
Yeah, like the scene where he's stalking him, his wife. I'm just gonna bash your brains in, like all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just iconic, like unsettling shit.
Such a good bad guy.
Exactly.
And his smile and laugh and everything. His just over eagerness to kill his family.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
And the way, and you mean obviously you wouldn't have this villain being as iconic as he was without Kubrick. The way he framed certain shots when he got trapped in the freezer, and the camera's underneath him. And he's doing that, like, evil, the Jack stare, I guess you would call it now, the Jack Nicholson stare, where he's just kind of, like, looking down, but his eyebrows are arched up, and he's like, let me out, and he's got his hand on the doorknob or whatever, and the camera's, like looking down, looking up or whatever. It's terrifying. It's all Kubrick, man. It's just, it's just a perfect tandem. Mwah, you just, it's so great. Great villain, scared the shit out of me when in the maze the first time I saw the movie, because you have no perception at all as to where these characters are. Like when he's chasing Danny, when he's chasing Danny, you're like, oh, he's literally right behind him, right? He's got to be right behind him. He's right behind you, dude, and it's just terrifying. But then he freezes.
Following his footsteps, so you're like, oh shit.
Right, because Jack Torrance is impulsive and Danny is not. So I mean, there you go, boom. He's driven by a desire to kill, and Danny's driven by his wits, I guess, and the fact that he has a superpower. Good for him. Fucking kid got away.
Kind of OP kid, yeah.
Exactly. And he never did. I don't know that he did anything ever again. He was just like, I'm good. That's the peak of my career. Anyway, that was my number 7. So Kyle, what is your number 6?
My number 6 is maybe a little too low, but it is the Joker from The Dark Knight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Specifically Dark Knight?
Specifically The Dark Knight,
oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Not Mask of the Phantasm or whatever.
No, I was going to say, no, he's still good in Batman. Like, I chose several movies for some people.
That makes sense, yeah, because he's an iconic villain that lasts, different universes, different movies like that. And I would say his performance of it was really good in the original Keaton Batman.
Yeah.
But this one I'm specifically talking about is definitely The Dark Knight. Iconic roles, man. Like that dude rolls into like the underworld and sticks pencils in people's eyeballs. Like that's just his move. That's his move. And all of this, super iconic. We're gonna kill that word by the end of this night. Iconic. The super iconic, like burning of the money and his speech about I'm like a dog. I just do. He's just chaos. He's just a chaotic character. He's chaos incarnate.
Totally.
And I just really like his character. I've liked him across everything. Just anything in Batman. He's always been just a really, really interesting character. But Heath Ledger's portrayal of him is really cool. And really interesting, and I love how the story changes every single time about his scars and everything. It's just what an interesting character that you'll never know anything about, but you'll know a bunch of different versions of what he might be.
Yeah, exactly.
He keeps on. So I like that. I like, again, that just feeds into that chaos or whatever. And I don't think I have any other bad guys on here that are just pure chaos like this.
Right. Okay. You already mentioned one, Anton.
Yeah,
so,
I did, absolutely. But going forward, this is the last of the I almost have no motive. I just want to murder,
Right.
So,
exactly.
Yeah. So that's my.
And that's what terrifies me. Those are my top 3 in a nutshell. Are people that don't have motive. You know what I mean? We'll get there.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of scarier.
Yeah,
right,
exactly. Yeah. It's terrifying.
Absolutely, yeah.
So JD, your numero 6.
Okay. Well, my numero 6, Senor Jeff. Oh, damn it. Sorry, I was going to keep going with the Spanish thing. I'm sure you don't want me to do that, right? No? Okay.
6. I don't know. I got nothing.
All right. Well, I'm gonna leave this one. There's a choice for y'all because I wanted to lump these 2 brothers together because I couldn't decide on which one and I was being lazy. But if you're gonna make me pick one, I'll pick one.
Okay.
So,
I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm
You wanna
curious
know?
too.
Yeah,
What
I
if they
do.
come as a package? Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Gruber brothers from Die Hard. Fucking Hans and Simon Gruber.
Okay.
I really like the Die Hard movies a lot,
Uh-huh.
and Hans I think gets a lot of the like when you're trolling top 25 lists on the internet. Hans gets all the glory, but I think Simon is actually a better villain. I think he's a little bit smarter. I think he is actually the terrorist that Hans Gruber wanted to be, but he even admitted in the movie that he's or somebody at least called him out on it that he's basically just a petty thief. At the end of the day, he's not really a terrorist. But the two of them together, man, holy shit! John McClane's worst fucking nightmare. Like, get the fuck away from me, brothers.
He's Hans at least is on my honorable mentions.
Mine too.
Only reason he's not in this list, and I think a lot of people, this is the main one I think people would probably be up in arms about, that we don't have him higher or something. But Hans is just, I don't know. I haven't seen the movie all that much. Like, I saw it as a teenager, and then I saw it maybe 2 more times after that.
Same here. That's my relationship with it too.
Exactly. With A Vengeance, I grew up with, though.
I like those movies, though.
Yeah.
And I actually have some really nice things to say about Hans. Hans, he became the template of every villain in the 90s.
Yes.
I mean,
True.
like, he set, again, talk about tone setting and setting the bar and stuff like that. Like, he did that, and he's a really good bad guy, and I fucking love that actor, like, what's not to like?
Alan Rickman, R.I.P.
Yeah, Alan Rickman, thank you. Yeah, Alan Rickman. But yeah, it's
hello.
Hello. I'm God's voice.
Oh yeah, I love Dogma, dude. That's one of my favorites.
Great. It's same here. It's one of my favorite Kevin Smith movie. But yeah, he's a great bad guy, man. I mean, I would say, and I'm less familiar with his brother and the other movies, to be honest.
Okay.
I saw Die
fun.
Hard 1 3 or 4 times. I saw the other 2 1 or 2 times, and then I think I've seen Live Free Die Hard the most because it's always on for some reason.
True.
So I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah, my dog has definitely seen Live Free or Die Hard the most. He just shook in agreement
Okay, good.
with that.
With Timothy Elephants.
Well, he's a huge Justin Long fan, if you can't tell by pictures.
Oh
of him.
yeah, I forgot he was in that movie. What a waste.
Yeah, I love Tim Oliphant. Yeah, he's great.
I love your daughter. Me too, bro. Me too.
So Die Hard with a Vengeance was the one, because it was a 90s movie, was the one I saw the most, ended up seeing the most. So,
Okay.
Simon, I'm glad that you included him, man. He's great. And he wouldn't exist without Han, so.
Exactly. That's why I had to package them together.
Yeah.
And Jeremy Irons is great. I love Jeremy Irons.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was
Oh, yeah.
so much fun. Fucking Zeus. Fucking Thunderbolt. Lightning. Zeus.
I got to go with my number 6 now. Shit. JD already talked about him, actually. It's Hans Landa. Hans.
Ooh, nice.
Hans.
Nice.
Hello, Hans. Another
Uh-oh.
Hans. So he's going to pump you up with
Where's Franz?
poisonous
Dennis
gas if you're Jewish. So, I agree with everything you said about him in terms of how he's a dastard motherfucker. That's for sure. Dastardly. Villain. But the part that elevated him above certain other villains was the fact that he's charming as fuck, and you can't. Yeah. He's just so magnetic. You don't want to remove your eyes from the screen or not listen to a word he's saying, because he's just so charming. Like he's a Nazi you want to grab a beer with, and you feel bad about that. Like, you know what I mean? Because Christoph Waltz is so good at embodying that character. But of course he does things that Nazis do. You know what I mean? So that's what makes him obviously the bad guy. Right. Because he still does terrible things despite all of his great qualities in terms of personality, like in just being like a charming dude. Man, but yeah, the intimidation factor is present when he just goes to sit down and have like dinner or something, and Shoshana, whatever, she's sitting there and just like frozen. It's oh man. That scene is incredible. Like, I just love that scene.
It's so tense, dude.
Yeah.
It's great.
The opening and that scene are just so great, and justification for him being the main, like, in my list at all, I think.
I agree.
So that's my number 6. So, Kyle, that brings us to your 5.
Oh, man.
This top 5 is heavy.
Top 5. This is heavy stuff. I got some good hitters here. My number 5 is Agent Smith from Matrix.
Yeah. Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. Let me tell you a little bit of something about him, Jeff. Guy's evil, real evil, and I like how interesting of a character he is because like he's just kind of he's a system that's supposed to like keep everything in check or whatever, but he's kind of fucking over it. So he's trying to figure out a way to get out of this, you know. He's just like, fuck all this, you know. I know that there's people coming in here in and out because that's what we're trying to stop, you know. So I know that there's an outside that exists, and so fuck all this, you know. And I really like that. He wants to be more than what he is, you know. And by the time the second movie rolls around, he's like turned into a virus. He's out of control. He's multiplying himself. You know, like talk about charisma, that stupid laugh that he does, you know, that like crazy like laugh that he does with his eyeballs like way open wide and everything like that. There's just a lot of memorable moments with this character. And by the third movie, he's like he takes over the whole. He kills everybody. Yeah, like and he's literally omnipotent because of his consciousness being in everybody. Exactly. So like, in what movie or who are we talking about else on this list who kills everybody in the world? Everybody, even the little girl who just wants to make cookies, for fuck's sake. Even the little girl who wants to make cookies. So like he's diabolical. I mean, he's just a real bad guy. You know, and I just you know, I really dig him, and I love those movies. I mean, so that's no surprise. Yeah, I love those movies too. Previous podcast was called "There Is No Podcast." You can still look at those on our RSS feed and like SoundCloud and iTunes and stuff. We named it that because of the fucking Matrix. So we're definitely not done talking about this villain at all. So JD, what is your number 5?
Oh, dude, you didn't keep the Spanish thing going, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. What is your número 5?
Okay, thank you. Now I know what number we're on. I appreciate it. I went with my. I would say this one's the last one of my like no does for me. And I struggled where to place him. And I think the movie means a lot to me and a lot of other people. I know, Jeff, we've talked about him before, and I don't think you've watched it as much as maybe I have. It's the ultimate in the shadows bad guy that you don't even really know who he is until the very end, and that's Kaiser Soze. Nice. Yeah, from Usual Suspects. That's like one of my favorite movies. And I mean, Kevin Spacey made my list twice, so kudos to him for just consistently rolling out great character acting, whether it's for whether it's for the everyman, like in
the same year, no less, dude.
Yeah.
What? That was the same year. That's crazy.
Both movies, same year.
Oh, wait, 7 and The Usual Suspects, same year, for real?
Yeah.
Oh wow, damn.
I know, right? I had to like verify. I was like, wait, did I just write an anniversary? I just wrote like an anniversary article for Horror Geek Life about 7.
Oh, cool.
Like last year, it turned 21, and I was like, yeah, it's 1995. Yeah, that's crazy.
You don't have to drink.
And that's crazy. I definitely think I saw The Usual Suspects before 7, though. I want to say that came across first.
I'm sure I did too.
But man, yeah, it's a fun movie. It's got that caper aspect to it, but you just know the name. That's all you know. You know the name and what he's done and who he's done it to, and it's all stories, and it's a whole lot of conjecture and just there's not a whole lot of fact. And by the time the reveal comes at the end, if you're an idiot like me that doesn't pay attention all the time the first time through, your mind is actually blown to bits.
Right? Yeah, I wasn't paying attention at all.
And yeah, I totally missed it. But now you go back and watch it, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. That's a good pick, man. That's one of those that I saw on a lot of lists for sure.
I like that pick.
Did you have more to say? I'm sorry. It sounded like we cut you off.
No, y'all are good. That's pretty much. I mean, there's not that much to say about him because you don't know a lot about him.
He's true.
He's just forcing the movie that's kind of there, but he made an impact, so got to go with him.
And some of the best villains do. Like one of them that didn't make my list that we'll probably talk about before our number 1s. So my number 5. I guess I'm last, right? Am I last? Yeah, my number 5, this is where this is where people will go, what? So my number 5, I'm waiting. Yeah, I assume that Kyle will be the one doing it. My number 5 is Darth Vader.
Oh,
that's good.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought it would be like, what, 5?
I don't think mine's too much higher, man. So.
Oh, okay.
We're not far off.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, so the only reason that he's a little bit lower, even though he's still in the top 5, people,
top 5, dude. Yeah.
Cut me a break. So, Darth Vader, though, it's only because we know so much about him. That's why he's like not number 1 or something. Like if we didn't have those prequels and all we saw, the only context we got was episodes 4 through 6 and Rogue One, we'd be like, this fucking guy, do not test him. So
especially Rogue One, especially that ending scene.
Holy
shit!
He just kills those people. Yeah, holy shit! Yeah,
but don't worry, he's gonna have that really cool lightsaber fight with Obi-Wan a couple hours later when you watch episode 4.
Yeah, the really cool one. My favorite meme ever is like whenever it's like it's episode 4 and it's the rebel guy going, "Hey, don't kill us! We're on a diplomatic mission." And Darth Vader's like, "Bitch, I literally just saw you pull away from a battle with the best our plan." So like, a little continuity error there, you know.
Just a wee bit, but that's fine. It was worth it.
It was totally worth it. Yeah.
You redeemed the character.
Yeah, he's just. I mean, we mentioned the word iconic. This is probably the most iconic one. I mean, outside of Joker, of course, but I mean, obviously because of just his presence, he has the very, 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 very famous mask and outfit and whatnot. Whatever you want to call it, helmet. Sorry, mask. Come on, Jeff. So
get it together.
Here come the comments. So I mean, he's just great, and his sarcasm is biting, because he knows that people are never gonna like test him, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, they might try, like, hint at it a little bit, and if he senses it, he'll just be sarcastic back to them. I'm trying to remember the exact example. Can't even remember it now. Can't even remember it. But he's fucking great, dude. And there's a quote in New Hope that I'm thinking of that's escaping my brain right now that makes me laugh every time. Because immediately the person, like, tucks their tail between their legs. Can't remember what it is. He does choke the life out of somebody, and that's amazing. Force choke. Sorry, not literally. Because why would you get your hands dirty like that? That's just not, you know. He's smart.
You don't have to.
He's a space wizard, isn't he?
Exactly. He's smart with his ruthlessness. He's space Voldemort, so you don't have to worry about that.
Don't ever make that fucking comparison again. Now you're getting your what? Yeah, that's rude, and don't say stuff like that.
Well, you said wizard, so that was cool.
Are y'all both like super Harry Potter people?
I am.
No, he is.
Okay.
I am not. You may even call me an anti-Harry Potter person.
Okay, all right. I sit somewhere in the middle. Like I don't think I've actually seen Deathly Hallows 1 or 2.
What the fuck?
I actually like Deathly Hallows 1 and 2. Like those are actually like okay movies to me. I think the rest of that series is Garbage Town USA though. Just
all right.
That is such. You hurt my
I
heart.
know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to. That's like the 1 or 2 things that we disagree with.
Yeah, because I think the 5th one is actually really cool. Like I thought that one was really great.
Is that Prisoner of Azkaban?
No, it's Order of the Phoenix.
For the Phoenix, right?
And
okay.
and
Everyone's
that
favorite
one
is Prisoner of Azkaban for whatever reason.
Prisoner of Azkaban is the one that Alfonso Cuarón did, and that's why people love it because they love his movies.
Yeah.
You know,
It's the one where Gary Oldman's stuck in paper.
It's really simplifying it, but yeah.
and everybody's scared of the Dementors.
Who's in Mike? Oh shit!
Shout out to previous
What a
episode.
tangent! What a tangent!
But I mean, it's a good time as any to say Lord Voldemort was one of my honorable mentions, only because Ralph Fiennes I thought he did pretty great, like bringing.
I
him to
wouldn't
life.
have like shot down that. Like I think that's he's a good bad guy. I mean, like he's like evil as fuck, and like there's nothing wrong with him as a bad guy choice.
Like literally, the open of Deathly Hallows was him levitating like an innocent teacher who's like contorted above a table, and he's like talking to Snape and stuff, and then he just wastes the fucking teacher, like just no, you know what I mean? Like no regard for life at all. So whatever. We're not here to talk about that. I don't even know where we are anymore.
Number 4 with Kyle.
Number 4 with Kyle. Thank you, Jesus Christ.
Oh man. All right. Yeah. Mine may be a what the fuck I won. Maybe I actually lied with Castor Troy being my last like wild card. I have Woo Jin Lee from Old Boy. Listen, if you can make someone fuck their own daughter and not know it. That's pretty fucking evil.
Yeah?
Yeah. A little.
Not to, like, spoil that movie, but sorry. Because that's the ending. This guy locks... Okay, so a long time ago, this Woo Jin Lee, he gets caught, like, kind of, like, messing around with his sister or whatever, some incestual stuff, and gets kind of, like, lambasted out of his family and whatever, and makes a name for himself. Spends all of his riches imprisoning this person who started the rumors, which were real, and like feeds him the same thing every day, gives him limited TV, pretty much imprisons him for like 15 years, and then just lets him out to figure out a series of games to figure out who the person is that locked him away, which is this Woo Jin Lee character. And along the way, this guy, meets his, I guess he didn't know it was his daughter because he's been hypnotized. This guy just thinks about everything to trap like what he thinks is his nemesis into a corner in the grossest, weirdest, most like kind of hair standing on your back kind of way ever. Like, it's just a really bad guy. So yeah, I feel good about that one. He's makes me gross just thinking about that movie. But it's one of my all-time favorite movies, and I think it's just so like he is so fucking diabolical, and he's so calm about it too. And when they come face to face at the very end, it's electric. It's like he's almost showing no emotion, until he starts thinking about his sister, and it gets weird. But what a weird movie if you've never seen it. And sorry to spoil it, but it's a really, really, really good movie, and he's a really good bad guy. And talk about one that operates in the shadows. You didn't even see him till the very end. So that kind of reminds me of your Kaiser Sose example. That guy.
Oh, cool.
That's a really good. That it is the operations of a good. Or that's the mechanisms of a good bad guy. You don't even know who it is until the very end.
That's one of my top villains. Actually, is one that you don't even know who it is until much later, which is amazing. I love that tactic, dude. Where you see the shit that they've done, and you let that represent them instead of watching them do it.
Exactly.
I love that.
Because when it all unfolds at the end of this particular movie, you're like, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
He literally
what happened?
He thought of everything, every little thing. And the plan never deviated. Mastermind. Yeah. Maybe not using the mind for the right thing, but mastermind.
Right. You know what? I'm going to make him fuck his daughter.
Yeah,
what
right.
The fuck?
Gross fucker.
Boy. So JD, do you have an incestual revenge-seeking villain as your number 4, or?
I do not. Actually, sadly,
I forgot how to say 4 in Spanish. I'm sorry.
Cuatro.
Okay, thank you.
There's a little bit of an oversight on my part. I've never seen Old Boy, so
son of a bitch.
I'm gonna have.
Sorry for spoiling that whole movie. Okay, give it a year, then watch it.
Yeah, right. You know what? If I keep drinking the Bud Lights, maybe I'll forget. So I'll just have to remind me not to listen to this timestamp of the episode later. I have Agent Smith at my numero cuatro.
Me too.
Oh, sweet.
Synchronized.
Yeah.
So close. All three of us were so close.
Yeah, and you weren't too far off with that. And dude, what a good bad guy. I mean, especially like him in the first one, because that one I think is my favorite of the trilogy, even though there are moments. I know, Jeff, we talk about how we wish people didn't shit on the 2 sequels as much as they do.
They shouldn't. Those are good movies.
I think a lot of that shitting on could have been avoided without all the CGI Smiths. Maybe you could have toned him down maybe just a little bit. Because I liked him as an individual character. Like it felt more intimate in the first one with him, whereas the other, it just like I love when they make fun of that scene in the Matrix in the park where all the versions of Smith are piling on Neo in that MTV Music Awards where it's like Sean Pyle. That's what I
Wet Willie.
Yeah, exactly. Wet Willie. I some of that later stuff a little bit more comedically, but dude, the scene between he and Morpheus in the first movie is just
in the bathroom?
Yeah. No, the fight scene's good, but I'm talking the one where he's got him sitting down in the chair.
Yeah, Smith is monologuing, yeah.
Yep, his monologue.
He takes the earpiece out. He's
I want to get out of here.
I mean, you don't get that with a whole lot of villains that are all essentially all powerful, where they just have that total reveal moment. And the whole scene is great, but him especially is a really standout point for them.
Yeah.
Numero cuatro for sure.
Yeah, I wrap him up in the whole trilogy in terms of justifying him being at number 4, because by the end of 3, like we were talking about, he's replicated himself to become a literal virus to where Neo is offering to pay the ransomware, basically.
Oh wow, that's
you know what I mean? Like he's offering to basically Agent Smith is saying you got to pay $300 if you want to see your files again, and Neo's like I got money.
That boy.
I understand the ending of that movie now. No.
I love, dude. I quote Agent Smith so much. The last fight, especially obscure references from the third Matrix fight. Like
name out a few.
People are like, I don't even like that movie. Why are you quoting that movie? Because I love all of them. I'm sorry, I just do. It's the smell. So
it's the smell. They say that all the time.
Oh boy, there's stuff that he said in the third fight. All these quotes are like escaping me now, dude. It's the bummer of drinking wine and being older.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I like the purpose monologue that he does in the second one. Purpose that defines us, defines us. Yeah, I love that. I love that speech. That's good stuff.
And when he, when Keanu's like, all right, I'm good, I'm done. When Neo's like, I'm done, I'm good, I'm checking out, I'm fucking over it, basically, to quote Kyle. I love it when you say that. He's just fucking over it. Because he is. He so is. From the moment he disconnects his ear from the earpiece, you're like, this dude wants out. Like, he is done with this system.
Yeah.
But also, he fucking hates humans. So he's just like this rogue element from the very first movie.
Which is cool because the enemy is the system, but he's not part of the system anymore. So you're right. He becomes this third party. He becomes his own. He's so evil. He can't even have any allies, you know?
Exactly. And, but yeah, the part I always quote is when he backs away from Neo, when Neo's sacrificing himself, and he goes, "It's a trick." I always quote that because the way he says it, I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. It's a trick. And people are like, I don't get it. Of course you don't. Only me and my dad quote that all the time. It's awesome. I love the dude. So Kyle, what's your number 3?
You already went over him. It's Darth Vader. Vadar. Nice. What an iconic film.
Darth Vader.
Well, we're synced on that one. Cool.
Yeah.
We'll roll right into it then. That's awesome. Yeah. So Darth Vader, just a great villain. Just the most iconic villain. You know, you can see, you hear, like, how many villains has like a sound that indicates their presence?
Right.
Besides Jaws, which is one of my on-mens. You know, like how often do you have a villain that, like, you know, you could hear his asthmatic breathing and you're like, oh shit, we know who's coming. Yep. It could even be out of context in a completely different show that has nothing to do with Star Wars. And you're like, that's Vader! You know, like, it's iconic. The sound of Vader is iconic, you know, and you know he's about to, like, show up and kill people. You know, and he's a no-nonsense type, you know, like you were saying, like he knows he's kind of got a leg up on everybody. So even though he's not the highest ranking official in the Empire, that guy's talking to anybody however he wants to.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I was going to say, you mentioned the breath thing, the breathing. They take advantage of that in Rogue One, and how, like, when he comes into that little hallway space, it's just pure darkness and you hear him breathing. Yeah, and then he lights the lightsaber, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, these people are so screwed.
They're so fucked. And they all died. Like,
they all died.
And they were clawing at that door and screaming, like, get us out! Like, it was scary. Like, that was a scary scene. It was good. I love that scene.
Yeah.
And he has great quotes. Maybe one you were trying to think of was, I find your lack of faith disturbing. I say that all the time. That's one I say a lot. You know, it's just... And then he starts choking out people. That's his gig. That's his whole thing.
Yeah.
Only person closest to the more evil thing than him in the universe, the Emperor, and, you know, and he's kind of has his. It seems like, you know, he doesn't act like a lapdog, you know, even though he kind of is. He's kind of a dog unleashed, if you will.
Yeah.
And I don't know. He's just a great villain, man. I'm sure JD's got more to say that I haven't said.
Right.
So.
Well, the Emperor, I mean, I know he's pulling the strings as the puppet master, but still, like, Darth Vader is the one with the power. He's the intimidation factor. So I think that's why people put Darth Vader as more of the villain, the best villain, and then Emperor Vagina Face. So... If you have a vagina that looks like that, I feel bad for you. I just Emperor in the tub too long.
Oh my god! He does, like, he looks like your middle finger if you just, like, took a 2-hour-long bath.
Right, exactly.
Just a little cape over, like,
That's the perfect impression. Something complete. All right.
Something completed.
So JD, do you have more to add on Mr. Vader?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's worthy of our top spots just because he's the focal point of an entire universe in the Star Wars movies. True. You know, everything one way or another comes back to him, even in the shitty prequels.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
we can't get away from him. Even in the sequels, every single movie has Darth Vader in it.
Exactly.
Right.
Because you got to have the fanboy. You got to have the fucking fanboy that's obsessed with him, and you know, and that's fine. I mean, that's his grandpa. So,
yeah. So
I mean,
it's all fair. You know, it's family.
Makes sense. But yeah, for somebody to essentially anchor that, it's about family.
Sorry. I had to Vin Diesel it. Sorry.
I almost held off, but then it just came out. That was funny. Fucking family. Yeah, but I mean, obviously he's super powerful. He's the brute force of the Galactic Empire, and you understand where his pain comes from, even though he's kind of a little bitch. But that's fine. I like him.
Fine. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. All right.
Well, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Like it's just
I know. I get caught all the time going, you know what, guys, those movies aren't so bad or whatever. But every time someone brings up Anakin quotes or very specific moments, I'm like, fuck.
Because you can't fight.
So much ammunition. You have so much ammunition. Like it's so.
I hate sand.
I hate sand. It's coarse. It's everywhere.
Darth Vader, you fucking hate sand.
You hate
like,
sand?
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
My dog's been pulling on my cord. Fucking asshole. You know what? From my point of view, my dog is evil. All right. Asshole. All right, so I guess I got to go for my number 3. My top 3 are all agents of chaos that have no motive other than to just do things. And Anton Sugar Guy is my number 3 for that very reason. Because there's nothing more threatening to our very existence than people that just do things, and they're all horrible things.
Yeah.
And that's what this guy is doing the entire movie. What motivates this guy? Like, was he a hired hitman? No, he seems to waste everybody that we think he works for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so what is his real motivation? He's just there to get the money, I guess. But even then, it's not really about that. He's just gonna waste fucking people because he gave his word.
Yeah,
or whatever.
What did the wife have to do with that money?
Yeah. And I like that the wife, even though she was like the physically least imposing person that he's come across, that she's just like, calling him out on his bullshit.
Yeah, she stands up to him a little bit. She's not really scared.
Yeah, and she's just like, stop trying to act like this principled dude where like you flip a coin and that decides your decisions for you. You just like doing the things you do. Basically, that's more or less what she's saying. And oh my god, dude. And oh my god, dude. This guy is just so good on the screen. You want to talk about future iconography? Can we talk about that? Because his haircut will be iconic 10, 20 years from now. You'll be like thinking of that guy.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I don't know, man.
If I were to see just a silhouette of the hair, I would immediately know it.
Right. Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. Yeah, and you gotta see the limp too, I guess now because the movie ended. The way the movie ended, and he got
that's true.
in a car accident. Man, I'm trying to think of more shit, but also that coin tossing scene was the most intense shit I've ever seen in a movie in my life. This movie is in my top 10 of all time currently as it stands now, so we'll talk about that eventually at some point on this podcast. But the way that scene plays out, it's only scary because of what we saw him do right before that, where he choked out a fucking cop and looked like he was enjoying it.
Oh my god, the look on his face just...
Oh my god, dude.
How
terrifying.
can that not terrify you? Yeah.
So that scene is really quiet, and the dialogue is kind of, I don't want to say stilted, but there's a lot of gaps in between what they're saying to each other, and it's a very, very quiet scene. But you're like, dude, just fucking call it! Like, you're on the other side of the screen going, dude, come on, just fucking call it! That's all you gotta do! Because he's gonna waste you if you don't. One of my favorite moments, too, and I'm going to talk about this all the time. I think I brought this up last time we talked about this movie, is when the old man at the counter says he married into the gas station, and he chokes on a peanut.
The look on his face.
Because he finds it hilarious, but that's his way of laughing. He just chokes on a peanut and goes, you married into this? I thought it was so amazing. So that's my number 3. So, Kyle, what is your number? Oh, man, we're kind of close. What's your number 2?
My number 2, it is Bill the Butcher from Gangs of New York.
Oh, cool. Nice. Honorable mention.
Love this character so much. I love this actor so much, but man, this is one of my favorite bad guys of all time. Talk about like a guy driven by ego. Like, he's gonna do whatever it takes to get what he wants. And the guy in love with his own legend, this this story that's being passed around with him that makes him kind of bigger than who he really is that's around town. Everyone fears him because of it, totally in love with his own legend. And just a guy who's just calculated and, what's even scarier, has that silver tongue that's able to get so many other people to join his side.
Yeah,
even though they may not morally agree with them, it's just that's really dangerous, is to have that guy who can just kind of talk a public into becoming an army. It's
right.
just it's really interesting. He's one of my all-time favorites. And the performance in that, I don't know how much that weighs in the fights here next week, but man, he kills it. God, this is one of the greatest performances ever. I really like it, and all the times he's touching his knife, his big butcher knife, to his eyeball, his glass eyeball. I love it.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio waking up and he's just sitting there,
with the American flag draped over him. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. It's what a presence. So much charisma. So I just love this bad guy. I love a bad guy with who's likable.
Right.
Like you kind of enjoy him.
That's the funny thing about him. I love that Scorsese does this with movies where people are infiltrating, like a quote unquote bad guy's arena or whatever you want to call it. Because this dude, halfway through the movie, it's a 3-hour movie, but halfway through the movie, I'm sitting there going I don't think Bill the Butcher's such a bad guy. I don't think DiCaprio should betray him at all anymore, even though, he killed his dad. But still, I'm sitting there going, this doesn't seem so bad anymore, because the more he talks, the more I'm sucked into his own philosophies and him buying into his own legend. I don't know. Even though he says in that monologue, I think he was the most vulnerable during that monologue, honestly. Where he
absolutely.
had that American flag draped over him, and he was kind of I'm never gonna be the legend that. More or less, it felt like he was saying, I'm never gonna be the legend that people think I am, but at the same time, my life is great, blah blah blah. I don't know, man. He just kind of hooked me in as a viewer, hook, line, and sinker. So that's what's crazy about that character. I love that character, dude. Big time honorable mention.
Absolutely, and I love that. I think he said it's one of his quotes are you see this knife, I'm going to teach you to speak English with this knife.
Oh my God,
great, it's great.
Yeah, besides all the immigrant hatred, it's still
great.
He's basically, but this dude's charismatic though, and when he talks, you just listen. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know, something about that dude. I love him. I want to fuck him. No, sorry, I'm not going to go there. JD. JD, what is your number 2, man? Numero dos.
I have the sugar guy is my numero dos.
Oh, nice.
Sugar guy, dude. For everything that we've already gushed on him about over the last, the episode when we talked about the movie a lot, and then today, the force of nature aspect of him, the iconic nature of his hair, especially that's why he's number 2. It's really the hair. Man, I just everything about that guy just emits fear. Once you see him, you picture yourself being that person that's watching him come into the room, and you know you're gone. You're gone. And at best, it's going to be a coin flip scenario. So he has no virtual reason to keep you alive at all, unless that's what his rules say. So he's definitely a heavy hitter for me for all those reasons.
He is an unstoppable human force. He's the most human force on here, I guess.
Yeah.
But something about his presence or the things he does, he feels invincible, and he feels like the T-1000. Except he's not he's not bulletproof. Yeah, he's not, but he just does those things. It's just in his DNA. Some people, and that's the whole arc. That's the whole reason Tommy Lee Jones' character doesn't understand this anymore, is because he's just doing shit to see people. He's just stabbing people to see them bleed, and he doesn't get it anymore. There used to be motive behind these actions.
Precisely.
Exactly. And that's the whole monologue with his uncle, or not monologue, but dialogue with his uncle and stuff. His brother, uncle, I can't remember, cousin, fucking can't remember. But that's the whole dialogue between them is I can't do this shit anymore. And he's like, well, people have always been that evil. You just, were okay with it before. So that creates a whole other conversation. There's so many fucking layers to that movie, man. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I love the Coens for that movie. I'll forgive them for, Hail Caesar any day because of that.
Yeah, right. You're owed you can have 4
They get a
more
mulligan.
Hail Caesars. Yeah. I'm okay with it. You've done a lot of good out there.
4 more, so 5 total.
You can have 5. You can have 5
Okay.
Hail Caesars and all.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I'm okay with that. They wrote a funny story. Will you stop shaking? What is this, a tick? Oh my
He
God,
agrees on the
freaking
5,
dog.
man.
They wrote a movie. George Clooney is coming out. George Clooney directed a movie called Suburbicon, I think it's called, and it's coming out this year. I think it's coming around like award season. And the Coens, I think they wrote it, so I'm actually really excited for that because when they collaborate, it usually works, like Burn After Reading type stuff.
Yeah.
And I know he was in Hail Caesar. I think he was, right. He was the dumb actor, and he was great in it. They wrote his part great.
Yeah.
Everything else around it was just bored to tears.
The movie was so boring.
Oh my God, I fell asleep in theaters and I never do that. I never do that. Oh man. Well, almost never. Since I turned 30, it happens a lot. Anyway.
Well, now with the reclining leather seats, it makes it very easy.
Why would they do that?
Very
I know.
easy to just zone
like a
out.
blanket?
We're banking on those return people who fell asleep in the first viewing. Yeah.
Exactly.
You want a good nap and pay $50 for it?
Yeah, the most
After all the
expensive nap
concession?
you'll ever take.
I got the Cinemark Day Pass. It's great.
All right, so my number 2 is another agent of chaos that I talked about. Maybe a little bit more direction than Anton Chigurh because it seems like his path is a little lost in terms of his motivations. But the Joker, man.
Nice.
I just included the original Batman because I do like I watched the first Batman again in theaters recently, which was a great watch, like in theaters. That was so cool to hear Danny Elfman. I think it's Danny Elfman's score.
Oh, that's a great movie, dude. Yeah, I fucking love that first movie.
Yeah, it's so fucking cool to watch, and the Prince music and stuff. I think that was the whole reason they were screening it. Actually, is because Prince had just passed, and Cinemark was like, "We're going to capitalize on this." So I went ahead and went and saw it, full like sold out theater. It was awesome. But yeah, I like the gangster interpretation of Joker. Like, he's just a street thug who just rises his way up the ranks because he's intimidating suddenly, and he knows it.
Can I just clear the air? Is Suicide Squad's Joker part of this? Or?
Fuck that. No, I just included... I'm gonna put my knives in a circle very nicely and laugh around them.
He was a gangster Joker too, so,
He was a
but he was. I mean, more of like he was more like a Goodfellas or like you mentioned Scarface type of gangster.
Absolutely.
And this Joker is like I don't even fucking know, gangbanger.
No, you hit it right. It was the Juggalo who likes to put his knives in a circle. That's
right.
You nailed it. So.
And he likes to go, "Are you looking at my girl?" And honka honka or whatever the fuck he said.
Honka honka.
Guys, I heard a rumor that Joker is damaged. Don't know where I heard it from.
I don't know.
Don't know where I got that message from.
I don't know if it's the forehead that gives it away or not. I have no idea.
Forehead, yeah, strong forehead. Maybe no neck. No, okay, forehead. Okay.
Fuck that! Oh man, that iteration of the Joker.
Wait, do you ever think he's like smiles when he puts his hands up over his face? Because I'll tell you, he does. Because he's got a fucking tattoo of one there. How on the nose can you be, Joker?
Exactly.
I like that interpretation of the Joker, the Batman '89 one, but I mean, obviously, I still prefer the mystique of the Dark Knight one, where you don't know anything about this dude. He's feeding you 18 different backstories, and you don't know which one is true, because that's what makes him more menacing, honestly.
And there's a lot of really compelling. Have you read the theories that he's ex-military? Like, and there's a lot of really compelling evidence, quote unquote, that he's like for sure ex-military or whatever. Yeah. He's like who has PTSD or something like that. Like that was the spin that they were trying to take.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if Chris Nolan was like that was his intentions, but like read the theory. It's really good. It's actually really
and
good.
He'll never. I mean, honestly, Chris Nolan will never say because most of what he does, he just lets it sit in the film and let us interpret it.
Exactly. Well, he creates things that are so up for interpretations in interesting ways, Yeah. He leaves enough of details everywhere where you can kind of form your own story. So
yeah,
the power of Nolan, man.
Joker has more of the I just thought of this. I'm kind of surprised Hitler didn't make our list because he was in a few movies.
I thought about that. I really did. I thought about that.
999.
I was like, people are gonna think we don't like Jews or something if we don't put Hitler in our list.
Not enough Nazis, no Hitler.
We're saving him for the top 10 awesome people's list, guys.
Yeah.
No.
Guys, obviously number 1 is the people that helped stone Jesus Christ in Passion of the Christ.
Okay. God.
Oh my God. So sorry, I got off track, but I was gonna say he's got like that charisma factor that kind of like Hitler had, but on a lesser degree because Hitler was like speaking to masses, millions. Yeah. But Joker, like he can go into any room and even though he looks fucking ridiculous, like he does,
Yeah,
and they
he
say
does.
it in the first scene that he shows up in, like, you look fucking ridiculous, in more or less words.
Yeah.
Somebody please get rid of the clown.
Michael Jai White says that. Yeah.
Right, exactly. But he just has like this I don't know. He's just people always underestimate him because of his appearance, and I think he takes advantage of that. That's what makes him a genius. But at the same time, he takes advantage of like lesser minds, I guess. And there's kind of like desperate minds, I guess you should say. And that's kind of what Hitler was doing. It's kind of a weird comparison. I'll admit.
We're taking the walk with you.
But he did bomb a hospital, and he would have done it if there were people in there too. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
let's be fair. It's about what's fair. All right, that was a Two-Face quote. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's not Joker.
That's not Joker at all. You gotta admire, man. You gotta admire what Heath Ledger put into this performance, and you've got to stop, for the love of fuck. I don't know if that's a thing. Stop blaming the performance for any
please
type
stop.
of overdose that he purposefully did. Clearly,
He
an
gave
accident.
himself nightmares, so he had to take Ambien. What are you, a psychologist? Then shut the fuck up.
Well, I found
Right.
his
Seriously.
journal where he did character notes and stuff, and it's like, dude, did you listen to interviews? Like, he at least gave 2 interviews because he was promoting another movie that came out before Dark Knight, and he said that was like his favorite gig, was being the Joker, because he had so
Yeah.
much freedom. He was just a very liberating experience for him. He just loved every second of playing that character. And it wasn't like because I love being demented, and I can't
Yeah.
sleep. I love embracing my demons.
An
It was just
actor's
like
playground.
exactly.
Role.
That's
It's an actor's playground.
why. That's the same reason why Malcolm McDowell loves playing Alex DeLarge in
Yeah.
Clockwork Orange. That's the character he always talks about in interviews. Because, like, another honorable mention from you, by the way, which I'll justify. But but it's why, it's why he loves playing that, because it's like you read the material and you're like, dude, it's all there. I literally, this is an actor's playground. I don't even have to memorize the lines. I can just act crazy, and that's enough. And that's what Joker did, and that's what Heath Ledger did to the performance. He kidnapped that dude or whatever, that the guy who dressed like Batman, and Chris Nolan gave Heath Ledger a fucking camcorder and said, "Hey, go film a thing." And they did it, and they put it on the fucking movie, and that's
Wow.
amazing to
So
me.
great, yeah.
I didn't
So
know
amazing.
that was how he did that. That's
You
amazing.
didn't know? It's like, yeah,
No.
you remember, why do you dress like him? Huh?
Yeah.
All that
I remember
stuff.
the
Look at me,
scene.
all that stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
He did that himself, just him and the guy who he kidnapped. And
Wow.
you can just feel the fear from the actor. And it's just perfect, dude. Like, this fucking...
I wonder if that actor was like, I need a safe word. Yeah.
right. Because it would seem terrifying, even though, he was hiding behind a camera and stuff. And there's obviously lighting that makes it feel very outside of reality. But still, you got to imagine, like, banana, safe word.
Banana.
I'm using a lot of outside, behind the scenes stuff to justify his placement. But yeah, Joker's great because you can't control him. And he didn't really have purpose until he saw how unbreakable, unshakable, I guess, Batman was, in terms of like his morals and stuff. It's like, no matter what, you won't kill me, and I won't kill you because you're too much fun. So I just I love that.
I love that. Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Great villain, and we're destined to do this forever. Is the saddest, like, most declaration a villain could ever make. Oh man, it's just. I'm glad he left it in there though, because there was an element of that. Like, there was heartbreak, and at the same time, just like.
My heart sank in the theater when I heard that. I remember that like being such a heavy like, oh no, you won't.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, what a giant. Oh man, whatever. That's fine. We'll move on from that though, because somebody's got to talk otherwise. Kyle, what's your number one?
My number one, he's my all-time favorite villain. He's always been my all-time favorite villain seeing this movie, and it's the operative from Serenity. What an amazing villain this guy is. Talk about like a guy who he believes in something. We were talking about chaos earlier and how gross and how crazy that can be, and you can't almost expect what's going to happen, but like think about a guy who's so driven by accomplishing what he's setting out to do and believes in it so much that that's his entire existence. He's an unstoppable force in that way. Passion is driving him. His faith, his own belief in himself is driving him to complete everything. And he's got a really, really, really good quote that I actually had to pull. He's killing all these people, like, in the name of, like, of setting up a world for other people, for a government that he works for, And the main character calls him out going, what? So after we all die, you're just going to live in your better world. And he has a moment, like, where he's just letting everybody know, the viewer, himself, and everyone, that he knows who he is. And the quote is, "I'm not going to live there. There's no place for me. There's no place for me there any more than there is for you, Malcolm. I'm a monster. What I do is evil. I have no illusions about it, but it must be done." A guy who identifies himself as evil, he knows he's evil. He knows what he's doing is evil. He knows that he's murdering people. He knows all these things, but he's doing it because he believes in something greater. That's horrifying. There's no stopping that guy. Like, here's never going to stop him until you kill him. Like, he's never going to change his mind. Like, even though, like, after outstanding evidence, he kind of has a paradigm shift at the end or whatever. But, like, he's just such a force in this movie. And every time he shows up in any scene, everyone is totally outclassed. He just kills everybody, And the very first scene you see him in, he's, like, giving someone, like, a really cool samurai death or whatever. And he's talking the guy through his death as he's dying. He's like, "Don't worry, this is a good death. Not a lot of people get a death like this, And he's just cold and calculated, and he's just my all-time favorite, man. Like, a lot of my writings are actually inspired, like, off of, like, bad guys like him. So he's
That is a great pick, and one I regrettably didn't see in any list, so I didn't end up putting him in my honorable mentions. I feel inclined to now, obviously.
I'll just pencil that in.
That's a great. Thank you for making me remember that, because, like, damn, he was great. Chiwetel Ejiofor brought so much to that role.
He really did.
He
oh my
man.
gosh!
From the opening scene, I mean, Jesus, man,
made me a fan for life, like in him. Like, like I'm like, wow, I'll see him in anything. Like,
so JD, what is your number one?
Well, first, I'm glad you gave me a reason to watch Serenity again, because I need to go back in there.
Dude, you
with
these eyes, these adult eyes and minds.
Yeah.
You will just love what they wrote for that character. It's so good.
It's been maybe 4 years or so since I watched it, so it's not too far off. But I don't think I've ever watched it with like the intensity of just really examining the bad guy and his motives and all that. So
watch him. The movie, like, the whole movie could be about him if you let it.
Cool.
So.
That's awesome. Man, I went with probably the obvious choice, but I put the Joker at my number one.
Awesome.
And I did actually.
No, I'm kidding.
Le Joker. I actually did specify TDK off to the right of it, so I was specifically focused on the Dark Knight version, because my previous favorite version of this character, even though I think they came out after the movie, but it's really not Jack Nicholson's. It's actually the Arkham Knight video game version of the Joker.
Oh yeah, Mark Hamill.
Really, my favorite non-cinematic version of that character.
Yeah, Mark Hamill kills it, man. Yeah.
Oh God, he is perfect.
He's always
for that,
been
man.
the best Joker. Yeah.
Perfect for that, and the games are very enjoyable too. That's actually that's a modern franchise I've actually played. I think the first 2 entries of, not the third, but man, for everything that you guys have already talked about and that we'll get into in the tournament round, I mean the Joker in the Dark Knight is a perfect performance, and it's equally heartbreaking because the outcome of Heath Ledger, and it was so well done that you wanted more. But isn't it just so nice that we have that one little 2 hour, 15-minute, whatever it is, snippet of just greatness where he just totally encapsulates what it is to be the arch villain to the hero. And he's such a good character in that movie for me. From the very beginning, like the opening scene is the bank robbery, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The school bus ending. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's just, I love it when he's like, I forget the lead up to the line, but when he takes the mask off and he's just like, everything seems a little strange or something like that.
Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stranger. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And just the way that moment comes together with the score and everything, you're just like, oh shit, you're in for a ride. This is
because that's when they first Hans Zimmer first introduces the screech, like the
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right when he takes off his mask, it fucking just
I'm watching.
Oh
this
my
movie
god.
tonight.
Yeah, dude. Okay.
destroys the speakers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
So good. So yeah, I had to squeeze him in there for sure at number one. So
can I say in the real world, people would have been blowing each other up on those boats.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have gone that cleanly. He would have won.
No.
He would have won, but like movies don't go that way where just bad guys win like that, So they
Exactly.
couldn't obviously do that. But let's be real. In the real world, they would have been pressing that button so quick, you know?
Dude,
Yes.
especially like the people are really. I mean, at least the movie. I think. I guess I think the guards kind of mostly did the work, the heavy lifting, and in the movie. But yeah, the prisoners would definitely overtake the guards. They're outnumbering the guards and grab that fucking trigger and pull it.
Yep.
No questions. Like they don't give a shit. I mean, some of them, I'm sure, they're not all like just thieves. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, the giant with a heart from Friday had to like step in and
Yeah.
do everything.
Do what you should have done a long time ago.
Yeah.
And he just throws it weakly out the window.
Yeah, he throws it really like a bitch out the window.
And just kinda,
He like underhands it, you know. It's not even like a baseball throw, you know. Like,
it would have been funny if he punched the window and then threw it out. Just shattered the window. The regular people, though, makes sense that they debated it like civilized people. That makes so much sense. But obviously, prisoners had guns pointed at them. They couldn't grab them in time. Obviously, things would have played out very differently in reality. It would have been this fucking tragedy worldwide. Like,
Yeah, totally.
people would be, you know, changing their profile pictures to mask a fucking fairy or something like that. You know what I mean? Because that's what people do. They temporarily grieve.
That's
and
the
then they
second
move
step
on.
of grief reconciliation
Yeah, exactly.
and social activism.
Now that
Changing
we've
your-
all mentioned the Joker, though, I feel like I don't know, like how would it have played out if if Heath Ledger lived and we managed to get Dark Knight, maybe not Rises, but something else, and he was in it? Do you think it would be like we got too much Joker, like because they knew how good it was, or do you think it would? No one would have known how to
I think
handle
it would have reduced itself to a scene in Arkham where like Batman goes and like questions like Joker, kind of like in a Dr. Lecter type of way, you know.
Oh yeah, he would have been taking a Dr. Lecter role. Another honorable mention, by the way.
Lecter role.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I'm gonna pencil that in real quick. But yeah, So I think that's probably that capacity. At the very end, he would have broken out, and then it would have like, even though there would have never been a fourth one, like you could have had that where he breaks out and like he's like, I'm going on my own now, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they could have ended that way.
And still have the same ending with somebody else taking up the Batman mantle, because
Absolutely.
that's all you really need to see, is that somebody else will continue to fight people like the Joker.
Yeah,
So-
and the Joker's a little crazier because he's been in jail all of that time. You know, like you don't even have to like come up with a story that they were doing that for years, but it was all off screen. Like, no, he was just incarcerated and then he was kept under watch all these years. It just got crazier and crazier by the time Batman goes.
I don't think he would have been crazier though, because we
Maybe
saw
not
him in
crazier.
county jail, is it county? Whatever.
Yeah.
We saw him in a prison where the crazies are actually held, and he was just sitting there
He's really
with his
calm.
hands in his lap, just sitting there.
Oh, man.
It wouldn't be that
Very
Joker
unsettling.
crazy,
And
yeah.
I
So,
love
that'd
the
be even
sarcastic
better.
clap.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah,
all those
improvised
years-
Gordon's
They
getting the
kept it in the
promotion
movie.
for nothing.
all those years later, like he's unfazed. That would be a lot creepier.
Yeah,
just still
right?
sitting there. Hey, Batman, been waiting.
And he's just
for
like,
you."
I've been waiting for you. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I've been
Like,
waiting
yeah.
for you.
I was wondering when you'd come back. Yeah, man,
Yeah.
just imagine how cool that would have been. I'm sure Nolan would have shown restraint, because he's like, all right, that was Joker's movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
you
you
go
know,
watch that movie again if you
exactly.
Yep.
Man, that's very interesting. By the way, the clap I was saying, the clap that he did was totally improvised. And,
Yes, yes, it was.
yeah, Nolan kept it in there because obviously, because
Yeah.
duh.
want. Yeah, come on,
Fucking
duh.
perfect, man.
Yeah.
He's just living and breathing the character to a,
Right.
I mean, obviously to a breaking point somewhat. I mean,
Yeah. My number
Heavy.
one, I'll probably have a 20-minute long monologue of 20-minute long. The wine's getting to me, guys.
The rum's been gotten to me all episode, so that's
It's gonna be a monologue. That's what I'm trying to say. Because this one is a very unconventional pick for number one, but I feel it's vastly underrated, and the dude makes a lot of good points in his monologue. Surprisingly, it's John Doe from Seven.
Really?
Wow,
Yes.
that's high up there. Whoa.
Holy
That's
shit,
my number
man.
one. Here's the thing with John Doe that makes him scarier than everybody else. Who is John Doe?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is John Doe? We don't even know. He's
No
just
friends.
like Joker, you know what I mean? Except there's something that drives him, and it's more than just I want to see things explode or blow up or people die or whatever, or I want some type of, I don't know, I want some type of battle with a person. John Doe doesn't really want that. He's just kind of there's a principle behind the stuff that he's doing, which makes it even scarier. But the thing is with this movie is that they show you, like I mentioned before with who mentioned this? Who mentioned was it the I can't remember who mentioned it. The Lee, I think it was Woo Jin Lee.
Yeah, Kyle did that.
I think it was that.
That was me.
Yeah, I know that was you that mentioned it, but I was like, I think it was that one where I was like, yeah, I love it when they show the things that villains do.
Oh,
Like,
I said that with Kaiser Soze.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, where you see what he does, but you don't see the person themselves
Exactly.
doing it. Yeah.
Do you guys remember what John Doe did? Like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
Can you picture...
He did some horrible shit.
Exactly. Like, I mean, a prostitute fucked this
that
guy was
long
forced
knife?
to fuck a prostitute with like a steel like knife dildo.
It's a knife dildo. Yeah, it's a knife dildo.
And he starved this dude to death. He made this dude eat himself to
death.
Yeah. Like, he made these people do these things, but we just don't... We see the aftermath. Imagine him actually standing there and making them do that shit. Like, that, you know what I mean? Like, plant that image in your head. That's crazy. Yeah. Yep. And then all of his monologue stuff, he's just a sharp dude. That's what makes it even scarier, you know? Yep. Joker has quips, and he's a Joker, so he makes jokes. But this dude is smart as fuck. He's an educated... He could have gone to Harvard for all I know. We don't know anything about him. He's our neighbor for all we know. You know? Right. Like... That's what terrifies me about this villain and what makes him so fucking great and genius. Yeah, dude, his monologue about justifying the murders, not that we would ever be in a place to agree with him, but the fact that he verbalized his points in a very coherent way. It reminds me of Ryan Gosling when he first started up and stuff in his movie career. He did a movie called The Believer where he played a neo-Nazi and very highly educated Nazi. Like, he would like have monologues of quoting scholars and why, you know, Jewish people aren't good or black people, all this stuff. And you're like, okay, this dude is actually really smart, but he's using his capabilities for like the wrong purpose. Right. That's John Doe basically, except you've seen the shit that he's done, and that's what's even worse about this character. Man, I love the scene where he shows up for the first time at that the police station. You have Mills and Morgan Freeman's character, I think it's Somerset, walking up the steps, and you see a dude covered in blood walk up to them. No fingerprints. Detectives! Yeah. Fucking great. I love that scene. Chills just thinking about it. Seriously. Yeah. Yep. This villain's just great. It was just kind of like... I honestly reorganized this like 5 minutes before we recorded, and I was just kind of like, yeah, I can make an argument for John Doe. Like, I really could. So I felt like he deserved number one, honestly.
Cool.
We're going to have a diverse fucking top 16.
Yeah. It's going to be a really, really good battle, man.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be rough.
I don't know. Are we even going to need to go into on-men's? I think we
probably won't.
Yeah. I was going to say that Alex DeLarge, I have to justify this because I'm a hardcore Kubrick fan, and people that have listened to the previous podcast know.
They're over DeLarge, to be honest.
But Alex ends up becoming a sympathetic type of protagonist towards the end of it, even though he does all this horrific shit in the first half of the movie. So by the end of it, you like feel bad that he can't defend himself and his free will has been stripped of him. So I'm just kind of like, well, that's not very villainous. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, sure, he fulfills his impulses and by the end he's quote unquote cured, but it's still, I mean, it's a story where you're made to feel bad for him and feel bad about feeling bad for him. The other Nazi I referenced that I was meaning to reference that I left out was the dude from Schindler's List. Erman Gert? I don't know how to say his name. Gert? But seriously, that dude did some heinous shit in Schindler's List.
Yeah? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that one, too. And Hal, obviously, from 2001.
Yeah.
A sad omission. But humans made him, so it's their own fucking fault. So.
Right.
All right, so did anybody else have any honorable mentions that were like, ooh, we should have included them?
Yeah, I mean, I had some like Disney ones, like Jafar and Scar. Those are good villains.
Yeah. Scar, yeah.
Scar. Roy Beatty, if we were talking about androids who like killing people, even though he's more robot.
Roy Beatty, what is? Oh, I'm sorry, Blade Runner, right? Okay.
Blade Runner, yep.
Yeah.
And everything else has been brought up. Shooter McGavin, Jack Torrance, T-1000.
We brought up Shooter McGavin off mic, though.
Oh, no, you did. Yeah, Shooter McGavin.
Dude.
That's all you, JD. I can't.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast? No.
No. Shooter.
Alliteration
Oh
aside.
man.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I wish I could have put Shooter McGavin on this list. If we were doing 20, he'd have been on there for sure.
Yeah.
I really wish you would have, because I would have jokingly brought him all the way to the finals. I'm like, I don't know, guys. Shooter McGavin, like.
Man, that's great.
You know what? Sometimes the best villains are straight up just party poopers. Like Biff Tannen, number 10, Biff Party Pooper. That's all he is.
Thinking him and White Goodman from Dodgeball kind of fall in the same category, where they're just like trying to shit on somebody's parade.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all.
Hey, it's White.
Yeah, hey, it's actually, the one I almost put on my list, and this is fresh because I just watched it, Jeff, thanks to Jeff Box, as I'm going to call it. I watched Get Out and the Armitage Family. Are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
What a
Kyle still has to see it. Yeah.
nuts! Oh my God, watch that movie today before Dark Knight, Kyle, please.
Okay, all right.
Get Out was fucking great.
It's on my list. I'm at. Oh, Jeff, I'll tell y'all both off recording what I'm going to be watching this weekend. I have the best weekend of movie watching ever. So.
Oh, I'm excited for you, dude, because like if it's what I think it is, it's like everything in my top 5. Yeah.
It's all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm stoked, dude. I'm glad you got to see I Don't Feel Alone, or I Don't Feel at Home in This World anymore, too.
God, what a great movie.
From
yeah,
Netflix,
what a good movie. I really that.
Elijah Wood's character is great. Like, he's so funny.
God, he's so great and everything. Like, I miss Wilford being off air, so now I'm kind of getting my fix through this movie.
Yeah.
So.
I Don't Feel at Home in This World. You said that's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, that's a Netflix
original.
One, yeah. That and The Discovery are, like, probably must-sees from this year, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
100%.
I wanted to bring up, since it's relevant, Wonder Woman. It's a really, really, really great movie, and I feel really fucking bad because all I did was talk shit. But at the same time, those 3 movies that came out before it that were part of the DCEU can suck a dick. Suck a dick. Like we talked about shitty Joker already. I mean,
yeah,
you guys know how I feel about DCEU movies.
Sorry, but not sorry for the things we've said in the past.
Exactly. Like, sorry, but there's no way I'm going to take them back because the WBDC did nothing to make me feel assured that this movie would be great. But it was great, and that was the right one to be great on. So, man, that movie's great. I can't say great enough. It's great. It's great. So you guys really need to see that in theaters. I think it's a blast in theaters, and there's some emotional moments in it too. Like maybe not tear jerking and stuff, but like I got chills a lot. You know, like that was a movie that gave me chills a lot, and they almost cut one of the biggest, like most important scenes for her. They almost cut it out of the movie, and that movie would have been a piece of shit without it. I'm gonna be honest with you, because like the whole like halfway through the movie, there's this big moment for her, and it's her moment, and it's like definitively putting her foot down, and like, you know what I mean? Like it's just a great moment, and they would have cut it out of the movie if it weren't for like I don't know. I think the director, somebody stood up for it. Man, it's a good movie. Okay, so. Now that shocking news is out of the way, we got to get to our top 16. I'm kind of delaying this because this is like a tough list. All of our lists
is
are
really going to be tough.
Yeah, we're all over the place, man. Well, Kyle has.
Mm.
Kyle and JD have Darth Vader 3. I have
synced
5.
At 3. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But Anton was in y'all's top 1 and 2 and 3.
He's my 2.
2 and 3. Yeah.
And he's 6 for me.
Joker was my 1 and your 2, Jeff, and what? You're 5, Kyle?
I could put that at number 1 all day. Joker.
Yeah, that's true. Might as well. People will be like, "Oh, duh," when they see that. You know what I mean? So that makes sense. I'm gonna put Joker at 1, and you mentioned Anton.
I would either do Darth Vader or Anton next, and then whatever you don't pick, put whatever you didn't pick next.
I think the average for Vader is higher than Anton, so I'm going to put Darth Vader at 2.
And then 3, Anton.
3 is Anton,
and then
Sugar, called it. So I'm really, man, this is going to be great when I finally start getting matchups. Holy shit. What is this going to be like?
So what about, like, the next is Agent Smith?
Ooh, we synced on Agent Smith, right, Kyle?
Yeah, we did.
You and me did.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's right.
We synced somewhere else, Darth Vader.
But you had him at 5, though, Kyle, so that was awesome.
Okay, so Smith at 4.
So let's put Smith next, yeah.
Those are the big ones.
Those are the
from
big
top
boys.
5, you know what I mean? So we can start filling in the gaps with, like, what did we miss from top 5. The Operative is a great villain choice, and I'm really upset I forgot about him.
I say put him in. I want to watch that movie right now. Actually,
Yeah.
It's great. I'll tell you. Jesus Christ, that movie's so good.
I've had that movie recorded on my DVR for 3 fucking years.
Jeez.
The recording
3
is
years.
Yeah, seriously.
Jesus.
Not even kidding.
That's amazing.
I should just buy the goddamn thing on Blu-ray at this point.
I want to. I can't find it on Blu-ray, so I have to get it on Amazon.
Yeah.
I go to Best Buy every weekend and buy like a Blu-ray to watch, but
Nice.
'cause I'm trying to get my collection up, but just on the movies that I feel like I need.
So number 6 is clearly Amanda Waller, right, from Suicide Squad.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. No. Can I trade her for Rick Flag?
Right? Amanda Waller? Okay.
Can I get
Rick Flag is an
instead?
asshole. Well, she's just cold-hearted.
Yeah, sometimes she's just like that.
Oh, Amanda killing people. Like, what the fuck?
Jesus. And
Fuck
you
that
say
guy.
we're the bad guys. Will Smith, if you say bad guys one more time, it's over. It's over.
Y'all must be kind of crazy. All right. So JD has John Doe in his list as well.
Yeah, he should be next.
That's a high seed for me.
Yeah, he should be next.
Great, man.
Because he's not on my
We
list,
have-
but that just by like omission of my own memory. So
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to go with Bill the Butcher because I've seen Seven so many times. That's why.
Yeah,
Um,
Bill Butcher was a strong on men for me. I love Gangs of New York.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, put him next.
That's a
then.
great movie. I think like what's weird about that movie is like the soundtrack is very 2002-y, if that makes any sense. Like the first battle scene, the first fight scene, there's a lot of like a weird. It's not Enya music. It's like a little bit harder hitting than Enya, but it's like weird techno music. It's like do 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 ga ga and I'm like, what is this? Like it's just weird. But the rest of the movie's great though. I mean, it doesn't do it for the rest of the movie, so it was just very alarming. I was like, what? Like it just felt weird for a Scorsese movie.
Okay, that's weird.
So we're pretty much just filling in at this point. Kyle, I gotta add the Lee Woo Jin because anybody that makes you fuck your daughter like that without questioning anything
Yeah.
deserves
Yeah,
a spot.
I had no morality.
So,
You're
I
the
just know-
Hey, just because you fucked your sister doesn't mean you need to make someone fuck their daughter. That doesn't make any sense. What kind of fucked up brain is that?
Does he know? I mean, I know this is a stupid question probably, but does he know that it's his daughter when he's doing it?
No, not at all.
He
Okay,
goes
so
as far as to be hypnotized. So the guy, Jin Lee, like hypnotizes the main character and hypnotizes his daughter to not, so they don't know they're each other. And keep in mind, they haven't seen each other in 15 years.
Yeah, the dude's
Right.
been imprisoned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So
Well,
he's a
not-
devious, smart son of a bitch. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's so calculated. It's
All right.
crazy.
All right.
Put that brain into doing something else, you know?
Right.
So we have Kaiser Soze. I guess should be
Yeah,
next because that's
that's
in
it. I
JD's
like
top
that.
5.
Yeah.
So that rounds out our top 5. Oh boy, we do have our first matchup, but it's I don't know if it'll be a pretty one. All right. So number 10. Who has what, where, and why? Hans Landa, I guess.
Hmm.
I could do
Who else
Hans.
had Hans? I can't remember.
I
Was it
had
JD?
Hans at number
JD
9.
had
Hans is a hard on men for me.
So I had.
Put Hans on there. I'd be
So
okay.
the only other commonalities were like Hans Landa and T1000.
Who else had the T1000?
That was me. I had him at 8. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's where we synced up.
Yeah.
That's right.
So it just depends. Those were the only other synchronizations, really.
Yeah.
Well, I would get those two on there next then.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put Hans up there
Cool.
because I had him at 6, and T1000 was at 8. So I guess that makes sense. A Nazi's gonna fight a fucking hard-boiled
Jew?
American.
Oh no.
It's the battle we deserve. I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
Oh my god. Oh my. I cannot believe I'm about to type this matchup. All right, hold on.
who is he gonna fight?
T1000?
Yes.
He's gonna fight John Doe. How the fuck?
But you know what though? I mean, we can get into like the Hans Landa is powerful because of his words in T1000.
No, I mean Hans Land is gonna fight Bill the Butcher.
Okay.
John
that's
Doe is
hard.
gonna fight
Ooh.
T1000.
Oh,
That's a good fight. Hans Landa versus Bill the Butcher. Two
Yeah.
people with silver
Okay.
tongues.
all right.
Yes.
Oh, what a good fight.
Silver-tongued, devious like,
Ugh.
murderers.
That is
Ugh.
great.
Number 12. We can kind of start going in order. I had at 7. Next, I had Jack Torrance. At 8, Kyle had Castor Troy. And
I
at-
like Jack Torrance just because he's an on man for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good one. But also, JD had one of the iconic ones. He had the Gruber brothers. But I guess for the sake of the tournament, should we include one?
Let's do one, and I like going with the one that no one goes with normally.
Oh, really?
So you like going with Simon over Hans?
Yeah, because you said you like Simon more, so I say go with your heart. And Jeff, you said that's the one you're more familiar with, so I mean, like, that feels
that's true.
right.
That's true. It's going to make for a better argument regardless, because Hans Gruber just kind of sits there and tells people what to do until
he has more of a motivation, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he killed my brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep, I got it. Yep.
I'll put him there because I like Simon.
Okay.
And then we'll do Jackifer Torrance.
Jackifer Torrance, yeah.
Jackifer. That's number 12. Oh my god, I can't find 13. Oh my god, Jack Torrance. Good luck bashing multiple brains in. Alright. That should be a hint as to who he's going to fight.
Agent Smith?
Shit.
Yes, exactly. That's a good one, dude. That's going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah, these are already looking to be some good fights.
Exactly. Anton Sugar Guy is a matchup we're going to decide next. Who is he going to fight? Ooh, boy. So the next one I have is a fucking nurse who will destroy your soul. And Kyle, we still have Castor Troy, of course, and then we have. It looks like Loki's the only thing left for Kyle or JD.
Yeah.
So I have Norman Stansfield still from Leon the Professional.
Yeah, and Tony Montana.
Tony Montana.
Hey, how you doing? That's not the right one.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, that's the wrong race and everything.
I'm gonna put Castor Troy in here. Actually,
how do you get a scar like this eating pineapple?
I really should see the movie again. I'm going to though. This is more of a reason to.
Face Off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I put Castor Troy here? Or should
he
Loki?
is? I mean, within the scope of the movie, I fucking love Castor Troy. It's just one that I haven't watched in maybe over 10 years, so it wasn't as fresh for me.
Yeah,
but I do.
Well, he's gonna get decimated, so it's fine.
Yeah, he'll never get killed. Who cares?
We're talking lower seeds. I want to make the most interesting matchup possible for the Joker. So we have Nurse Ratched, Biff Tannen, Norman Stansfield,
Let's go Biff
or
versus
Loki.
The Joker. Let's go Biff.
I like Biff versus the Joker.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Because you know what? I mean, let's be fair. Biff actually lived up to what the Joker wanted to do with Batman. Biff actually trolled McFly for his entire life. So.
Yeah, he did. So it's destined to do this forever, and they literally did. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So our matchups are set. They're going to be on our Facebook page whenever we're. I don't know. Once the episode's posted, we'll post it a few days after that. So everybody go to our Facebook page, check out the matchups once you finish listening to this episode. And man, this is gonna be a fucking good one because we get to talk about actual skills.
Dive deep.
You know what I mean? There's objective things you can't overlook.
We don't have to talk about the movies themselves. Like this is characters and a one-on-one matchup. It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, cool. This is awesome. I love this idea.
Yeah.
I should say that I mean, as like a teaser for what could be coming up, at least July is spoken for. Kyle and I talked about this. JD, you're hearing this for the first time.
Ooh,
I think. I think you are.
Live news being passed.
Well, no,
around.
you gave me what we're doing after.
After this, car chases we're doing after this.
Exactly.
Because Baby Driver's coming out, and we want to do it in honor of that. July is entirely spoken for. Kyle and I kind of majority rules, I guess, totally outruled anything. We're gonna do. We're still sticking with movies just because it's fucking easy to do. Like, I saw so many movies. You know what I mean? So, So we're gonna do in honor of Dunkirk comes out next month and War of the Planet of the Apes. We're gonna do war movies.
Okay.
In July, and because
top 10 favorite war movies.
Guess what? War for the Planet of the Apes, also a sci-fi movie. And what else is coming out? Valerian and the City of Thousand Planets. So that's
nice.
We're gonna do sci-fi movies as well.
Yeah.
Which is the hardest subject.
It's the hardest list to put
so
together.
Ambiguous, dude. God,
it
that's
is.
gonna be awesome.
And you can use it as an umbrella statement, but keep in mind, like whatever you think is the most sci-fi, like that's at least how I've been doing it. Like, what was a good example? Like Ex Machina is a little more sci-fi than Inception.
Yeah,
I mean?
Exactly.
Totally.
You know, so even though they're both sci-fi, you know,
I think Galaxy Quest is the best Star Trek movie ever made.
I think so too. I think you're 100% right.
Honestly, like I listened to a top 10 podcast. They I don't think they exist anymore. But one of the dudes they had on there, Scott Mance. He's great. He's a great reviewer for Hollywood, Access Hollywood, I think. He's a huge Trekkie. It's like number 5 was Galaxy Quest.
Nice.
That's
I was
great.
like, you're my soulmate.
That's great. Yeah,
That's good.
I have a patch I got in a loot crate that I need something to sew it onto. It's a Galaxy Quest patch.
And you know what's
that's
awesome
amazing.
too? I'm a big time Screen Junkies fan, even though a lot of people are like kind of crapping on them for like, I don't know, SJW stuff or something, even though I don't really see them that way. Look, they are doing a Galaxy Quest documentary. It's kind of like in the same vein as the Firefly documentary about the fan base. So I'm excited to see that, interviewing the cast and stuff like that.
Which is so meta because the show is about being a show
Exactly.
with a fan base that's really dedicated. That's so weird.
Right.
That's so meta.
Yeah, I love that. I'm excited for it. I don't
I'll
need to
watch
pimp
that.
their shit. Anyway, we should talk about ourselves now. You can find me at Jeff Whitty, WIDDY, on Twitter, and HorrorGeekLife.com. I write for them as well. I'm covering a film festival next weekend, actually. So that'll be a ton of fun in Oak Cliff. And there's a lot of movies showing there at Texas Theater and stuff where Lee Harvey Oswald was captured. That's right. Historical relevance, people. So, Kyle, where can people find you?
You could find me over at that sub-culture.com whenever I feel like writing stuff, which apparently hasn't been ever for a while now. But you can check me out on their Twitch channel, which is sub_culture with a TV thrown in there somewhere. And we're supposed to be doing Twitter stuff. That's actually my job. Have been doing it. Don't look for us on Twitter right now. Oops. So, yeah, check me out at those places.
I refuse. So, JD, where can people find you?
Nowhere except for Bigger Than My Podcast. If you like John Mayer stuff,
Oh, yeah,
which
you are on there.
by
We're gonna have
now,
I'm still working. I haven't even touched the episode yet because I've been so busy. But
oh yeah,
we did a mega episode with the dudes from the dude, one of the hosts from the Mayor Cast, all about the new Mayor album.
that was a lot
blast.
of fun.
It was a lot of
Nice.
fun. It's a lengthy. It's like the Lord of the Rings of fucking Bigger Than My Podcast episode. So
Nice.
stay tuned for that, everybody.
How many
If you're
endings
into
do we
John
have?
Mayer,
Like
I guess.
7 different endings. It's great.
It does. Yeah, fade out several times and then it comes back, and we're back. All right.
Psych! Got a few things to say.
All right, so stay tuned next week when we do the bracket episode where we decide who is the best movie villain, and we have some fucking strong contenders this one.
Oh man, this is gonna be brutal.
Man, this is gonna be great, and there's nothing I can really relate this to movie-wise that's coming out. Wonder Woman has a good villain, so yeah, check that out.
Okay.
Does it really? Does it really have a good villain?
Yeah, I like their villain. Their villain's
Okay.
present from like the first 5 minutes. Like, you know what I mean?
Wait.
It's not present in terms of like, oh, there they are. It's
Dude, do
just
not
something
give
that
these
they
DC
speak of.
fanboys ammo. They're going to be like, we have better villains than you. Checkmate.
They don't. They don't. Because it's one movie. Let's settle
Yeah,
down.
one movie.
Congrats on your one success. But it's something that they talk about from the very first 5 minutes, and you feel the threat is very alive through the whole movie.
Cool.
So yeah, it's cool. It's kind of like Ego a little bit, but you didn't know he was a threat. Spoilers for Guardians 2 for those that haven't seen it, I guess. You didn't know he was a threat until halfway through the movie, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Or at least the third act. So it's not like that, but the threat is there through the entire movie, and it's like a mystery, kind of. I don't know. It's good. It's really good. So I guess we're going to do it in honor of that, or whatever. Anyway, thanks for listening.
Great.
I picked this thing.